we are going to solve this medium level question which says that you will be given an integer array and an integer k. Now what we need to return is the most frequent elements from the array. What does this mean is it will be an integer array and certain numbers will be repeated in it. Just like in this example, 3 is repeated 3 times, 2 is repeated 2 times, and 3 is coming only one time. What k represent here is we need to return the top 2 element whose frequency is the most. Just like in this example, the top most frequent element in this array is 1, and after that 2 is the most frequent element other than 1. So we need to return 2 elements from there, and it is decided by the k. If it was 3k, if k was 3, it means we need to return 3 top most frequent elements in this. Then we would be returning 3 also. Okay, just like in another example, here k is 1, it means we need to return only one element which is coming the most number of times. Because this array contains only one element, it is coming one time, so we will just return the same element. Okay, now let's start. What I'll do is, first I will create a frequency map. Okay, first I'll create frequency map in which I will store every element with their corresponding frequency. Then I will create a frequency bucket. Okay, in that frequency bucket it will be a list, and the index of list will represent the frequency. Okay, and lastly I will iterate through that frequency bucket. The higher the index, the higher will be the frequency, and if I iterate it from the end, I will certainly get my answer of top k most frequent elements, because higher the index, higher will be the frequency. Okay, now let's start. This is my frequency map. Now let's put our elements in it. So it is done. Now we'll declare the list which will act as my frequency bucket, and this list will be of 2D array. It will be a 2D list. Okay, because some elements can contain same frequency. Okay, because multiple elements can contain same frequency, it means that at any particular index there can be multiple elements. Okay, I will take array list of length. The length of this list will be one more than the length of a given array. Okay. Now let's instantiate this list. Okay, it will be okay. Now let's iterate through the frequency map and put I'm going to put the elements of the map in my frequency bucket. Okay, where the index of frequency bucket will represent the frequency of elements which are stored in the map. Now let's iterate through the map. Let me recall what is the method. Okay, yeah, this is one of the ways we can iterate through a map. Okay. Okay, I'm calling get value method because uh, in the map the values are the frequency. Okay, as you can see it here, and the key is the element itself. So I'm going to use this frequency as an index and put the value, okay, put the key in that particular index. Okay, why I'm taking the list here? Because as I described it earlier, that at any particular index or at there can be multiple elements, because multiple elements can have same frequency. Okay, now let me declare the resultant array which I'm going to return. Let's name it answer. Okay, it will be of length k, and let's take another variable for index, and obviously it will start from 0. Now let's iterate through my frequency bucket. And it will start. Why I'm initializing I with the last index of length is because higher the index will be, because the most frequent element, because the top most frequent elements will be stored in the last index of the list. Okay, I is greater than equals to 0, my minus. Okay, now every element of this list is an array itself. So again, okay, now let's populate my resultant array. And this is the post increment operator. It will increment the idx variable after using its value. So after putting n in the 0th index of answer, it will increment itself by 1. Okay, and this is the condition that if index get equals to k, we shall return our answer. And if this doesn't work, okay, someone is messaging me right now. Let's focus here because it's almost finished. What we need to return is an integer array. Okay, but as the question states that it is guaranteed that the answer is unique, it means it will never come to this statement. But because our method requires to return an element, to return this integer array, that's why we are doing this. Okay, now let's try to run it if it works. Okay, this is a syntax error. I need to work on my syntax more, means I have to revise more. Okay, it is accepted. Now let's try to submit it. Okay, that's good. Thank you.